Good morning, good morning. How is everybody? It's been a couple of days here in the Hart household with all of the water pipes leaking and water all over the house and people coming in and out trying to figure out where the water is coming from. OMG. We'll just say that water does a lot of damage and we'll leave it at that, okay? Nasty, nasty stuff. Anyway, I decided I'm escaping the crazy and coming over here to the craft house. I have a feeling we're going to be moving into the craft house soon, at least for a week or so, because there is a lot of water in our house and we are tearing out drywall now. So at least we are not tearing out floors, which they're worried about the floor. So we're starting with walls. We'll see how this goes. We are going to find this leak if it kills us. All right. In the meantime, today I decided to do the VIP project. The VIP project, I send out every other month, the on the off months of the Hostess Club. So the Hostess Club, we do orders, and I send out goodies to my Hostess people. And then once a year, you get to share my rewards with me. And so 6 months out of the year, I share my rewards with my best customers. And so that is something to consider if you're not a VIP. Please, please think about it. If you like Close to My Heart, it's worth it. If you don't love it, of course it's not worth it. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to share my VIP project. It's usually a really simple, small card, something you can put together in 5 minutes. This month, maybe just a smidge longer because there's coloring. So a lot of the images I want to use require you to color them. And so if I colored them all, it would take me the entire month to get your project to you. It's just not going to happen. Okay, so let me flip my camera around and show you my desk. I'm going to move my camera around a little bit. Okay, so the VIP card, I didn't actually make it. I put all the parts and pieces together, and I will have these out to you this week. So this is what is going to come in your kit. You'll get an envelope to mail your card, and you will get a bunch of parts and pieces. The sets that I'm using this month is the tailgate greetings, and basically we're just using the truck, and I did stamp off a few of these license plate words in case you wanted to use those. I love this Sweet Memories card making workshop, and there's so many things I could have used off of here. But I decided just to use the butterfly. But I thought about, honestly, I was like, wouldn't it be cool? Like you could do a flourishy, smoke coming out of the tailpipe or the flourish coming out of the wheels. What's really cool about this set is that it has dies. This flourish is a die and this is a die. So the blue things on here are die cuts. And so there's a lot of little label type die cuts. These are all ones that I want to pull. These are all ones I want to pull out and put in my frequent use pile because I would use those all the time. I don't want to have to pull my set out every time. So I may do that. I have a little stash of those. And then I pulled out this seasonal goodie baskets because remember how I used the little winter mice in the back of the truck? I thought, how fun would it be to make like an Easter card or just a birthday card or something with the presents or something like this stuffed in the back of the truck. And I was like, we'll try it. There's a couple of sets that have things like this that you could tuck in the truck, but this one was the most recent, so I decided that's what I'm using. Okay, this month we're going to make an easel card, and the easel cards are not hard to do, but you are going to need some foam tape of some kind. You can use, I love the Close to My Heart foam tape, but all I have right now is thin, and I kind of like to use the thick foam tape for this. So, all right, you will have a card base, and I scored it for you. So it's scored at 5.5, and then the halfway point is 2 3/4. And the way it will work is it will open like this. So there it is. Hi, Pam. Oh my gosh, how are you? I love looking at all of your pictures on Facebook. I feel like I've been Facebook stalking you. You will have a card base. Now, the card base could be limeade or it could be glacier. It will be either one. Actually, I kind of preferred limeade, but I had already cut a bunch of the glacier ones, and so I decided that is the one I'm going to use. And then you will have a pattern piece. This is from the Gnomes for Spring, and you can look at it and see if the back side will work. On this one, the words are going the wrong direction, so it would have to be, a horizontal card, and I don't think that'll work on this one. So I'm using the stripe. So that's the first part, is to adhere the stripe. I have been doing great. I've been on Weight Watchers for about 4 months, and I'm down about 30 pounds. Now, people who see me think I've lost like 50 or 60 pounds because I've lost it in places where you can really see it, which is the first time in my life I've ever lost weight where you can actually tell I lost weight. You can choose the regular side of Glacier or the light side of Glacier, and I kind of like the light, so I'm going to go light. You're going to make a border all around. I made it so it's like, the 1/8 inch deal. The next thing you're going to do is going to adhere it to the bottom fold of the panel. Don't put any adhesive up at the top, just at the bottom. And so what I like to do is I like to make a line of adhesive at the top and the bottom like that. Remember, there may be a little white showing on the edge, so don't go all the way to the edge. And so there's my adhesive. You can see where I put it. That's the only place. And then you lay your card out and lay it nice and flat, leaving an even border all the way around. All right, and you can see now that it's only adhered to the bottom like that. Yeah, Pam, this is a really weird thing, but they told me after I had my thyroid out, it'd be almost impossible to lose weight. And I feel like I'm eating less than I ever have in my life, but I'm not hungry all the time. I don't know if like menopause makes a difference. Like maybe my hormones are not causing me to want to eat cookies every night. I don't know. I like to blame the hormones, but it is hard to say. I'm happy. It's coming off slow, but it's coming off. Ugh, it's a slow process. Okay, so the other parts, let's go through that. You have this piece. Now, before you adhere yours, you need to stamp a message on here. I did not stamp a message because I wanted to use like a happy Easter and make it like an Easter card, but not everybody does Easter and not everybody does Easter cards. And so that was like, well, it's got to be a usable card. And you might want to make it happy birthday and put presents in your truck. Or you might want to, just say hello, put hello and put little hearts in there. I thought about using the hello on there because see, it would fit so perfect onto there. But I really like the Easter idea. So I left this blank. I want you to know you should stamp it before you attach. So let's attach this part though, okay? So this part, you can either raise up this on foam tape or you could raise up your message on foam tape, but something's got to be tall enough to catch the card so that it will stand when you open it up. Like you want it to stand up like that. So this is the piece I'm going to do foam tape on, and all I have is this black. So I'm just going to go ahead and foam tape it up. So when you get your pack in the mail here, I did not include foam tape. I'm sorry. I probably own enough foam tape for like everybody, but I didn't do it. Kind of move your card to where it naturally falls, where you like how it looks. And then you can put that there just like that. Well, I thought about that, Pam. I thought about putting hello on one side, but see, okay, like when you die cut, you know, there's like a good side and then there's like a rough side. And if I stamped the hello, I'd probably do it on the rough side so that you had the good side if you wanted to change it. And then I was like, well, the rough side really does look rough. I don't know. It doesn't look very pretty. It's a card. I know it doesn't matter that much, but I don't know. I'll think about, I don't know. Vote, before I mail these out. Let me know what you want. Anyway, the other thing is I'm sending you a truck. Now I cut this out in Capri Blue, and you can see the normal colors on this side. And then this side is the light side, and it's still a little dark, but the glacier blue just sort of melted in and didn't stand out at all. So I did this blue, and then I'm sending you 3 images. I'm sending you hearts and the packages and the Easter eggs. I'm going to use Easter eggs today. And so I went ahead and pre-colored those. You also get a couple of butterflies and some grass and this little piece of paper that has the different license plates stamped on it. I thought no matter how you use it, one of these will work. If you use it for Easter, you can use blessed or hugs. You are great. That'd be great for birthday. And hugs would be great for birthday. Whatever you decide to use it for, just kind of hold it up there and make like a little tick mark with your pencil so that you know where to cut it. And then put it in your license plate. All right. The grass is not close to my heart. I know, but I have this amazing thin cut that cuts a perfectly, like it's just under 4-inch piece of grass, and it was so easy, and I had to make so many. I just pulled it out. A lot of times I use the Martha Stewart scissors to make grass, you know, those ones that are, let me see if I have it here. When I make grass, I like to use these scissors because they make great grass. Those you just chop along a piece of green. But I'm using this today. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. Let's color. I thought about watercoloring this a little bit, or I've shown markers already, but I think it's time to pull out the colored pencils. It just needs a little shading. You wouldn't have to, but it really does help. I did one ahead of time just to see how it looked. And you can see the before and after of coloring it. So, I think Close to My Heart does have a grass dye, Heather. I think I may even have it. I went through my stash. I think it's part of a set from a long time ago. It's been a while. So, all right, I'm going to use my lightest blue, sky blue. There's another blue that would work. I'm going to start with my light blue though. And the inside of the truck bed is probably where the most shading would be. So I'm going to kind of do that. Not much of it will show because when you put your item inside, oh, I slid it. I put a slit in the truck too, just so you know. When you put your item inside, you can see how much is covered up. I know, Christy, it's dangerous, and I own a lot of stuff. So it doesn't make sense for me to buy more of something I already have. Just because it's a different brand, right? I mean, okay, so this week I am going through, I'm just going to keep coloring a little bit. This week I'm going through paper punches like crazy because I love the Martha Stewart border punches, the all-around punches. You know what I mean? I like that. Okay, now I'm going to use the little bit darker blue. This one is wave blue. Of course, they're all from different sets of colors, but I'm just going to do the edges. See how I did it? Just to make it really dark just at the edge. I'm not being too careful because it's a card. Really? Who's gonna know? Anyway, and then to make this look like glass, instead of cutting it out or coloring it white or silver or whatever I want to do, I'm going to put those, you know, those window marks on it, like, you know how glass gets when the sun hits it? I'm just doing that. I don't care if most of it's going to be covered up anyway. Now, the one thing about the Close My Heart colored pencils is it doesn't have a deep black. I do not understand why it doesn't have black. So I'm just going to use my light gray. This is Flint gray, and I'm going to color the tires. Most of them will be covered up by grass anyway, but at least they'll be closer to the right color. And I'm also going to color in the bumper to make it look gray. It won't take me, you know, if you had markers, you could do maybe the mirror. Honestly, I don't think most of this shows. So coloring a lot of this is kind of a waste of your time. I think I might use that one blue again and just go, you know, around the indents of the truck or whatever they are. Yeah. Okay, good. And a little bit of red. I don't even know what red this is. Rose pink. I'm going to use rose pink, which is really more of a red on the taillights. Okay, that's all the coloring I'm doing. I'm not getting crazy. And then you can decide what you want in your license plate. And I'm going to do hugs. So I'm just going to eyeball it. You can see whether it fits. Oh my gosh, I couldn't be much better than that. Wow, that's unusual for me. Usually I'm not that precise, as you know. I just sort of throw things together. There we go. Okay, now it's time to decide what you want in your truck. So maybe I want the hearts. Now, when you color, the thing about the hearts and the Easter eggs is that if you tuck them in right, like here's the one that's blessed, right? If you tuck them in right, the bottom things don't really show. And so I went ahead and cut those off so that I could set them on the ground in the grass or on the inside on my message. Because I wanted extra decoration. You can do the same thing with the hearts, because if you tuck the hearts in right, if you tuck it in this way, you can tuck it in so that these two hearts right here could be removed. See that? Or if you tuck it in this way, it's a little wonky. So I am gonna go ahead and cut these hearts out. And I probably should have colored them first. It would have been easier. I'm gonna fussy cut these a little to make them look better. So you don't have to. I don't always, and you know, it's fine. All right. Now when you pick colors, you want to pick colors that are kind of similar to the background, whatever background you have. I'm sending different backgrounds. So I need a green. I need greens, yellows, pinks, and then a blue. Okay. So these are the colors I sort of want to stick to when coloring my hearts and stuff. And so I am just going to do a fast all over. Now my pencils already have a flat tip because I use them all the time. So if you have one that's especially sharp, scribble it onto a piece of paper or scrap paper to make it so it's smoother looking when you color. You know, like if you take a piece of scrap paper and scribble it off, you'll make it more of an angle. Can you see that? Okay. And then when you have that angle, it gives you a nice smoother looking image when you color. So, and mine are all pretty much starting to wear down. Mine are wearing down to the point where I've had to sharpen them a couple times because I use them all the time. Okay, I'm going to use this light color a little bit on this pink to lighten it up. And I'm going to darken that heart just a little. Okay, I almost feel like I could use a darker, like a darker yellow on there or something. All right. Oh, I forgot the two on the two that I cut off. How about a light pink? And a yellow. I think maybe I'll try a different yellow. Might be too orangey, but let's see. Oh yeah, I like the brightness of it. That one's more pastel. So, all right, there. Okay, so you're not watching me color all day. I don't know if you were on at the beginning, Heather, but I was talking about my water problems. Okay, I'm going to put it in just so that cut part doesn't show, which means I need just a smidge of glue back here, not tons, because it won't all be back there, you know what I mean? And then I'm just going to adhere that. It's nice to be able to see the window of the truck. You can see how that looks on the back. Nice. Ta-da. And then I have this to do with whatever I want. So now I'm going to decide how I want my grass. Now, what I like to do is use liquid glue or a real thin score tape and just do it at the bottom. And that way you can decide if you want things tucked into the grass a little bit. So like this could be behind the grass, partially in the grass. You could put it on top of the grass, whatever you want. I like it showing. Yes, Heather, you need to watch it because I'm my water situation. Holy moly, I have issues. Today's not fun. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and adhere my truck, and I'm just gonna tuck it in the grass behind, mostly behind the grass. I kind of like that. I like being able to see the grass, but it's in the grass, you know what I mean? Like it's not floating. And it has the hearts coming out. Now, I thought about messing around and making a banner or something, clouds and sky. You could certainly add to that anything you wanted, anything you want. But I decided to cut out a couple of butterflies because I just thought, that's simple, and you can make that any way you want. It's very springy. You can use whatever colors like that. And then you'll put your message on there, hugs, happy spring, whatever you want to put on there. And then I have the little hearts, which I can tack on to there like that. So there's the card. And then if you want the Easter version, it would look something like this. And instead of the hearts, you could put the little Easter eggs down here. Oh, you could put, if you have one of the little kids, the cuties, you could cut a person standing here. You could do a little bunny. You could do a gnome. That little Easter gnome image. Well, that one might be kind of big. But if you have any of the small gnomes that I've been sending once in a while, those little tiny ones would be perfect on here. And so, you can add to this card all you want. But there you go. That's the card for the month. And I'll take an actual still photo of it also, and I'll put it in the comments so that you don't have to watch the whole thing if you just have a quick thing you're wanting to look at. So thank you all very much for being my VIPs. I love you all. I consider you all good friends. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good afternoon. I'm going to be doing drywall. Yay.